Hey, welcome everybody to the Daily Mastermind for Mortgage Mastermind Group. I am Paul Baxter, definitely here to help you grow. Today, guys, we're going to kind of finish up what we talked about last week with Facebook, website, custom audiences. It's a way to retarget do retargeted ads to people who have visited your website. So in essence, as this graphic shows, the person visits your website, then the person goes to Facebook and they see your ad everywhere they go. That's if you missed last week, you definitely want to look back at that. Retargeting, statistically, retargeting is the #1 way to get people to actually take an action step on your website. You know, whether it be retargeting to past clients or current clients, you know, that's an ad that gets people to go back to your application over and over again, or if it's to your referral partners where you've got them coming back to a training class that you've got scheduled with the local association that you're going to be teaching, or, you know, whatever it is, a lunch and learn, whatever it is that you're marketing to your referral partners, you want them to keep coming back because people typically don't take an action step. I think it was like 78% of people leave a website without taking any sort of action step at all. And that includes like scrolling down or clicking the About Us button. 78% of people leave your website without taking any action step at all. And only 3% of people actually take a call to action the first time they visit a site. So that's like 97% of people aren't doing anything the first time they get there. You've got to have a really cool, really awesome way of getting people to come back to your website. And the best way to do it, and Google's been doing this for several years, Facebook is now on the bandwagon. There are outside sources and people that you can pay to do this for you. What I'm showing you is the step-by-step. This is what somebody that you pay to do this is going to do for you. They're going to be able to set up, and it, you know, the first classes that we did last week, I'm not going to lie to you, there's a technical step to it. You've got to get that pixel added to your website, that tracking code added to your website between the header section, so that Facebook can talk back and forth, so that Facebook knows you've had a website visitor, and then you can serve those people ads or constantly brand yourself in front of those people. And we're going to talk about some results in a little bit here. But the finishing steps to doing this, I'm going to go over today. And again, this is a very short presentation, just a few of the finishing steps. Last week we talked about how you create the custom website, custom audience first and foremost. Then we talked about how to get that. They give you a pixel code, and how do you get that onto your website? We talked about that. Then we talked about getting the minimum number of visitors to our website to be able to start utilizing this, because you have to have the minimum number for Facebook ads, which is 20. So you got to have some visitors. We talked about ads that get people to click to your website, and then today we're going to kind of finish it up with exactly how to create an ad that is specifically only going to be seen by people that have visited your website already. So this ad is very, very targeted. People have already visited my website. Now I'm going to set up an ad that is only seen by those people. That's the retarget portion of the ad itself. So once your website custom audience shows ready, and it'll show ready, it'll give you a number of people that it's ready for. You can create a specific ad or series of ads to the specific website visitors, right? And you can do multiple ads. It just doesn't just have to be one. So the way that you're going to do that is where you find your website custom audience, on that same line to the far right of where it shows your availability, you're going to click Create Ad. Okay, when you click Create Ad, it's going to take you where you choose your type of ad, and you're going to choose Clicks to Website again. Because remember, that's the purpose of what we're doing here, is we're trying to get people to come back to our website to convert them, whether it be to sign up for our class or whether it be to fill out our application. We're trying to get them to convert them. Now, on the converse of that, and I don't have a slide about this, we can talk about this in more depth when we go live here. If you want to do a custom website audience ad that is just a branding ad, that is meant to be nothing more than a billboard where people just it's just a billboard. I still recommend that you do a clicks to website, because some people may go ahead and still click to go to your website. The billboard is still working, but gosh, does it really going to hurt you? I mean, is it ever a bad thing to have people actually getting to your website? So when they click, they go there. Now, the ad itself and the design of the ad with the billboard type ad, you're not going to set it up that is intended to generate clicks. It's not going to have the verbiage that people are they're dying to click because there's something in it for them. That's not the kind of ad you're going to create. But some people will still click those ads. When they do, why not bring them to your website? Bring them back there again, because the more times you do, you're buying brain cells, and you'll actually get that action step that you're looking for. So we're going to use clicks to the website. When you do that, it's going to pop open the little box for you to put the URL address of where you want them to land. Is it an application page? Is this past clients that you've gotten to go to your website through some sort of ad that you've done, and now you want them to fill out an application? These are people that, I hear it all the time. I've got a whole list, or this agent has a whole group of people that have never done anything. It's just it was a lead that got generated and they've never done anything. This is a perfect kind of ad for them. Drive them back to an application page over and over and over again. Eventually they'll take that action step. Specific program info for those of you who are marketing your niches, like VA loan programs or renovation loan programs. Bring them back to a page on your website that's all about your specific FHA 203K renovation loan program that you are offering. A video page, a landing page, and I know my boy Jeff is all about this one. Have them click to a page that is a video where you start talking to them. Hey, thanks for checking me out. Listen, I know that buying a home can be, one of the hardest things for people to do. I want you to rest assured that I'm here to answer all your questions, something like that. Hey, Mr. Realtor, thanks for checking me out. As you know, I'm all about helping you grow your business with systems, tools, strategies that are all designed to help you get more buyers, sell more listings, and grow your business. I would love to sit down and talk to you about it. If you'd like an opportunity to find out, do a realtor needs assessment about your real estate business, tell me below and I'll be happy to get with you. Give some sort of call to action. But it's a landing page with a video. Of those three, you know which one I like best? Yes, the video page, because the video page gives you an opportunity to brand you. The cool thing about this is this is the kind of video page that you can create at one time, and until you're bored with it, that page can just live there and it can be the same message. You don't have to, that's not a weekly video that you got to record over and over again. It's a single message that you let live there, tell a story, and paint a picture. So it's very easy to do. But you're going to paste in the URL address of where you want them to land and then click continue. Now, the next part, the only other important part that you've got to worry about with this kind of with doing this kind of ad is that you make sure that your picture is a good image, and you want it to be minimum 600 by 315. If this is a pure branding ad, meaning it's not meant to get clicks, make sure that you use your face. Use a headshot. You don't want to use something that's an eye-catching image. You want to use your face in there because that's the purpose of it, is branding you. And we all know, my stance on this. Your brand is not the company that you work for. Your brand is you. You are your brand. People do business with Alan. People are doing business with Jim. They're not doing business with Fairway or Pearl or whoever you work for. They are doing business with you, so you are your brand. So your pure branding ads, make sure that your face is a big part of that. You can use PowerPoint to create those. You just have to make sure that the image size is 600 by 315. Now, we did go into great detail on that in last week's class on setting up these ads. We went into great detail about how to do that, how to set up that image and things like that on PowerPoint. So if you need to refer back, please do so. Or you can ask the questions, and I can show you that live when we go live in a few minutes here. Next thing you're going to want to do is connect your fan page. Again, that's optional, but I highly recommend it because it enables it in news feeds and in the mobile news feeds. And what I show you at the end of this presentation, if you are not doing things to maximize what you have in the mobile news feeds, you are missing the absolute. But you're swimming upstream. You're not even in a boat without a paddle. You're swimming upstream, and there's no boat in sight or a paddle, doggone it. Mobile news feeds is where it's at. I'm going to show you guys that in just a minute. You're going to create your headline. Again, if it's a call to action, you want something that grabs their attention, you're limited to 25 characters. If it's a branding thing, depending on how long your name is, you get, put your name. And I always either put mortgage professional or mortgage pro, something like that, but your name is the headline. I've seen some people with a nice short name that can go their name and their full phone number. Jim Rice could probably get away with full name and phone number. James Bukovic probably cannot get away with that many characters. So just kind of play with it. But on your pure branding ones, it's your name. You're not trying to catch their attention with your image. You're trying to brand your name and your picture. Your text, same thing. You're limited to 90 characters. If it's an ad that you want a call to action to happen, you need them to click. Put something in there that entices them. Tell them what the benefit is if they click here. What's in it for them? And we talked about that as well in last week's class. Every time you do an ad that's meant to generate a click or meant to generate an action step, you got to tell them what's in it for them. Change the button. If you want to, you can go to the advanced options section. Remember, the advanced options section is where you get to create a decent description. It's still only 200 characters, but it's a little more of a description than you had before in the 90 and in the 25. So it's one more step to help you paint the picture. The only place that's really prevalent is in the desktop newsfeed area. So when people see it there, I always do it because it's just an extra place where I can add my branding and add my message. Like my picture, where did you get that? I'm going to show you that live, Alan. I'm glad you asked that question because I didn't know about this until just a few days ago. Now, I will tell you, with that said, this picture did not get approved. Can you tell me? Well, some of you who have not done ads before, this photograph, this picture did not get approved. And the reason why was there was too many. Steve Gilbert, you hit the nail right on the head, brother. Too many words or too much text in my image. So they disapproved my ad because of too much text in my image. And I've got a real dilemma with that because I've tried to do them with this logo in the center, and because our logo has our tagline, I get too many words and too much text in my image for that as well. So as cool an image as this is, Alan, I was not able to use this specific one, but you're going to absolutely love what I show you as soon as I'm done with our presentation, because you're going to love this, where I got this picture. The dilemma is it did not allow me to use it because of the amount of text, but where I got it is super cool. So I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so you did your advanced option. You got your nice little description in here. Paint a little bit more picture. Again, if it's a call to action ad, I can go a little deeper into what's in it for them. If it's branding, I'm going to simply say, for all of your mortgage needs, specializing in renovation home loans, specializing in first-time home buyers. I specialize in loans for veterans. And just put them all in there. Why not? Why not? And then your website custom audience is already selected by creating the ad from the audience. So in the step above where we were just on the list here and we click create ad from there, it by default makes it so that our website custom audience is who our audience is. So we're good there. There's nothing you have to do in this section other than scroll down until you get to your daily budget. The minimum on the daily budget on this, when you go through your website custom audience, it knows, so it sets your minimum daily budget. It's $1 a day. It knows that it's not typically meant for clicks. Now mine is going to get clicks. So I did mine up to $5 a day. And you guys are going to see in the results here that even though it's only $5 a day, I'm getting some pretty tremendous results from this. place order. Now, if you're doing yours for branding, you're going to change the optimize for clicks to optimize for impressions. The reason for that is because you're going to save a little bit of money. I want clicks on this ad, so I'm willing to pay the difference. I want to optimize for clicks. When you optimize for impressions, it doesn't change the amount of times people see your ad or anything like that. It just changes the pricing structure, saves you a little bit of money in the overall life of your ad. These ads are intended to be something that you put up and you don't have to worry. It's a set it and forget it kind of thing. It's always working for you in the background. It's not something that you're constantly having to mess with. Yeah, absolutely. So James is asking, can we set times of the day for the ad to run like 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.? You absolutely can, and you do that by going, when you go into the set a start and end date, you can do it there. You can also do it from the edit function. I'll show you that in just a moment. So here's the preliminary results, and I'd rather show you guys this live, but just so you guys can kind of see, this is what I looked at with this ad when I kind of peeked at the results this morning. Now this is just one ad. It goes to news feed on desktop, news feed on mobile, external ads on mobile, right column ad on desktop, right column ad on home page of desktop. So they differentiate. They tell you, they break down for you in these reports where people are seeing. Now you notice I've got this one highlighted in red, my news feed on mobile. Notice that my reach on the news feed on mobile is double than the next highest. That means it was shown more times on the mobile. 2 times, those 45 people saw it 2 times each for a total of 90 impressions, right? I got 9 clicks off the mobile news feed compared to 0 clicks on the desktop news feed compared to 2 clicks on the right column ad and 1 click on the home page when they were on their own home page means they're on their own profile and they saw the ad. Okay, 6 of those clicks were unique clicks from the mobile. Guys, that's some cool stuff. Now, yes, my impressions are definitely more on the right column ad. That means they're showing it more and more times, or pretty much all the time. They're pretty much showing my ad to the 50 people on my list every time they get an opportunity to show it to them, they're showing it to them. That's pretty stellar stuff, you guys. That's pretty stellar stuff. So let's go into that and take a peek at what that looks like. So I'm going into my ads manager. And first of all, I'm going to go into my audience. And there's my audience that I did this with, right? There's my audience, website visitors. Now it's grown since I made these slides to 80 people, which is awesome. That means my ad's being served more and more each and every time. And in every time somebody goes to my website, they're added to that. Now, for those of you who did not see it, you can go to your website custom audience has this pixel details, and this is the actual pixel that you're looking for. This funky code right here. This code is what gets pasted into the HTML code of your website, and what that does is it's a direct communication. So now because I've got that on my website, every person that goes to my website, a cookie is added to their browser. Are you familiar with what cookies are? Is there anybody not familiar with cookies? Let's take a peek at that real quick. Okay, looks like everybody is. It just means that a piece of code is added to your browser to remind the browser that they had been there. There's a couple of different ways. I'm not sure of who is Custom Audience, the company. I'm not familiar with them. That's what, Steve, you're talking about Perfect Audience. Yes, that's what Perfect Audience does. Now, the dilemma is notice that I have only got 80 people on my list here. That means 80 people since I set this up have visited my website. Perfect audience makes you have 1,000 unique visitors before you can even begin putting that pixel into place or activating the pixel to begin putting cookies. I did it through Facebook, going directly to Facebook without having to get 1,000. I had to get 20 because Facebook makes you can't do an advertisement to an audience less than 20 people. That's their rule. That's Facebook's rule. Not only is it way better, here's the thing, with Perfect Audience, you're limited. You don't have the ability with Perfect Audience. So with Perfect Audience, when you go to create your ad, the only ad that you get on Facebook served is a right column ad. That's the only ad you get with Perfect Audience. You're gonna always have that cookie there, and it's gonna serve that ad like regular. When somebody goes to your website, you're going to always have a right column ad. But I just showed you statistics that clearly show that the mobile news feed is where you're going to get the activity. That's where people are seeing it more frequently, and that's where people are actually clicking it more frequently from. So Perfect Audience doesn't allow me to get into the mobile news feed. You can only do the right column ad. Now, the converse of that is Perfect Audience will allow you to do an email pixel where you can put the pixel in an email, and if the pixel's in the email, they get a cookie then, and then they can serve that right column ad on Facebook based on the email. Facebook does not give you a pixel for emails. You cannot do it with emails on this method. But I'm looking to get in front of them every time they're on Facebook, and I can drive that traffic through other ads to my Facebook page or to my website so that I can now bring them, keep reserving ads over and over again. I didn't have to go to Fiverr and get 1,000 unique visitors of people who are never going to do business with me. Here's the thing. These 80 people that I drove to my website and are now being reserved, that's actual people that are my audience. It's not 1,000 people scattered across the United States, some dude sitting in a trailer park in the middle of West Albuquerque that smokes 6 packs a day and has no intention of ever doing business with me, and he's going to get reserved my ad over and over and over again, and I'm going to pay to have that impression happen over and over and over again with one of 1,000 people who are not my customer. So I think this is an easier or just as easy way to do it, but it gives me a lot more control, and I'm going to give myself a better result. And if I'm going to spend my money on ads, I want a result. It is absolutely a great place for cheap branding. Absolutely a great place for cheap branding, and either way you go. Steve, I'm not going to tell you what you're talking about is, and I talked about this on the class on Wednesday, what the system I'm doing is called Website Custom Audience, and it's directly inside of Facebook. The system you're talking about is called Facebook Exchange, and Facebook looks at those two things as separate entities of their business. Facebook Exchange is exclusive to a third party. That's what makes the third-party companies like AdRoll or Perfect Audience able to do what they do. Website Custom Audience is Facebook's internal system of offering redirects. So either way you do it, you're not going to hear me say either way. I believe wholeheartedly that retargeting and ads, I think it is not the wave of the future. It's what's going on right now today. Like I said, if you're not doing this already in some way, shape, or form, or not implementing this, you're not only in the creek without a paddle, you're not on the boat. You don't have the boat you're swimming up the creek. You've got to get going on this right now. This is hot stuff that not everybody is doing, and if you've got an easy way to do it, I highly recommend that you get this put in place right away. Whether it be through a third party like Perfect Audience, or through Boomerang with Mortgage Web Success, or with AdRoll, however you do it. No, I can actually choose I can choose whether, so the question just came, the follow-up is, can you choose to only have mobile ads, or do you get a mix of places? You can choose to only have mobile ads. So that brings us back to the live space here. And I'm missing a question. Hold on. Can we set up the agent mastermind invites to create a custom audience for agents who have signed up? Yes and no, Alan. If you're using the generic sign-up form that is provided for you by the system over there, no, you can't, because you don't have access to the back office to be able to place the pixel to be able to do it. If you have your form kind of blinged out like we talk about on a Weebly page, or you've got your invitation blinged out on another page, you now have control of the HTML code of that page. Like on Weebly, you can paste it into, so on Weebly you would go into Pages, you would go into Advanced Settings, and then you've got this section right here called Header Code. You would place that into Header Code if you've got it blinged out on Weebly. You've got to have control of it if you're doing like a WordPress. So for me, I use WordPress, and so to put mine in, I use a plugin called Optimize Press. So in Optimize Press, I had to go to Dashboard. Come on, you can get to the dashboard. You can do it. Analytics and Tracking. And then in Analytics and Tracking, I've got this section where it says to enter your tracking or analytics for before the header code, so I pasted it in there. That's what makes it communicate back and forth with Facebook. And so you need access to that. You need access to the header code, basically, to be able to do that. I don't know that they'll willingly do that for you. But if you've got your Agent Mastermind invitation blinged out somewhere else, you've got control of that, then yeah, you can definitely do that. You absolutely can do that. And that's a perfect thing to do this kind of ad for. As a matter of fact, that's where Joe Garris's Mortgage Web Success System first started talking about the power of retargeting. Joe and I were sitting together one time at an event, and we were brainstorming on the idea, and Christian Pinner happened to be part of that conversation, and he was the guinea pig for it. And here Joe is 7 months later, and he now has a product called Boomerang where he offers to do that for you. So if you're looking for somebody to do that for you, by all means, I highly recommend Mortgage Web Success and Joe Garris's system. Very, very good stuff. But as you guys know, I like to show you how to do it. I want to give you the steps to be able to implement these things yourself and on your own to be able to get it actually done. I want to teach you the steps, not just say go buy it here. Oh, go buy somebody else. Go pay some. I'm going to teach you the steps. So that's what we're doing is kind of teaching the steps here. Paul, can my new virtual assistant do this for me? Yeah, absolutely. This is absolutely a task that your virtual assistant can do for you if they're managing your social media for you. They can absolutely do this for you. Now, that being said, that requires that someone, with advertising, your advertising is all connected to your personal Facebook. Your ads go directed off of a fan page, but as far as the advertising, ads manager, and the payment and all that stuff, it all goes through your personal profile. So for your virtual assistant to manage this for you, they will need direct access to your Facebook profile. Now, I know that there are several people that do exactly that have their virtual assistant manage those things for them. Richard Smith is a prime example, Ed. Richard Smith, his virtual assistants manage all of the Facebook stuff for him, all the posting, all the engagement, all the advertisements, all the retargeting. They manage all that for him. They've got access to his account. In the beginning, before, they've been working for him. Gerald's been working for him for, golly, I think he's been working for Richard for close to 3 years now. In the beginning, though, there were safeguards put in place. You can get a system called, I want to say SafePass. I want to say it's called SafePass, where you put that in place and you provide temporary passwords, or you can provide them with a link that has them pre-logged in, but they never know your username and password. And all you have to do if something does need to change, if there is an issue, you can always change that URL or block their access. So there are some safeguards for that as well. Can we type in an actual address and have an audience of, let's say, within 10 miles of that? I don't think that you can. I've never tried that, but we'll play with it a little bit. Now I'm going to go in, like, again, as you see, you've got your website pixel. The most important thing is having access to this code itself. The cool thing is notice I can create as many ads as I want or as many audiences as I want, so I can create audiences. The code remains the same. This pixel does not change. Once it's in there, you can do as many custom website audiences as you want, and then I can create ads based on this website audience, as many as I want. So if I create an ad now, we're creating another new ad. The first one, I clicks to website. Where did I send them? I sent them to the home page of that. I think next time I'm going to send them to the About Us page on the next one. So bear with me. Let me get a URL address. We're going to actually set one of these babies up while we're on the call here. And I know we only got 15 minutes left. That's more than enough time to be able to do it. I'm going to go to About Us. Give me the URL address. Come on, you can do it. So I'm going to that URL address, and I'm going to click after it loads website details. Okay, so there it comes up with my image. Now I know from experience, because I've tried this a couple of times, that this image will not get accepted because there's too much words in it. So if I close that and then I go to Browse Library, Alan, here's the part that you're gonna absolutely love this, Alan. I've never even noticed it until recently. So you've got your upload images. I can upload any images I want. I've got my image library, which by default it puts you on your image library, and I got all these pictures I can choose from. But check this out, Alan. I've got this thing over here at the top called Stock Images. So in Stock Images, I can come in here and I can type in marketing class. And it'll think for a minute, maybe longer than a minute. I've found that some searches don't produce any results, so keep that in mind too. So I took out the class and just did marketing just to get some images, and here's all the different images I can choose from for marketing. So I came through here and I just was like, you know, I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of really cool stock images. There's the one that I chose right there in here. So then I can, let's go with nothing for mastermind. See what we got for group meeting. There we go. Here's a pretty good one. Here's a pretty good one. There's some decent images in here, you guys. So when you like one, you just select it. Now when you select those, they now get added to my image library. So I'm going to click Done here. And this is a Facebook image, so I know it'll work. So now I just got to click it or connect it to my page to make sure that I've got the desktop news feed, I've got the mobile news feed, I got the right column, and I got the mobile partner app. So it's going to like move about us. So love all of it. I'm going to keep all those. Now that goes back to your question from earlier, James, about can you choose, Steve, can I only do mobile? Absolutely. So if I want to take out the right column ad and the mobile app and the desktop, now I'm only doing a mobile newsfeed ad. Now I want to maximize my results, so I'm going to do all of them. Okay, and then you add your text. Ooh, right on the number. Let's see, what's some good stuff we could say? Purposeful planned implementation. Ideas aren't enough. You need the tools to implement. Perfect. I like it. Call to action button. No, thank you. Show advanced options. Yes, indeed. Let me get my little advanced options right up. Mortgage Mastermind Group provides loan professionals with everything needed to accomplish business and personal goals. We exchange ideas and give real clear-cut steps to growing your business. Like it. Okay. Mobile news feed. Let's make sure that looks nice and pretty. That's the most important one. Love it. Nice professional image. There's my website visitors. So that's my people right there. I've already got them there. No need for any other demographics. The only thing I do like to do is name it Retarget Branding. This one's not meant to get clicks, so I'm willing to spend $5 a day. Again, you can change that down to $1 and go from there. Now, if I wanted to set dates and times, I could come in here and set a start date and a start time, and start an end date and end time, so you can do that. Now, I'm going to run my ad continuously. In a minute here, I'm going to show you where you could go in and edit to where you could do it specific times in specific places. So this time I'm going to optimize for impressions. You'll be charged each time your ad is served $2 max bid per impression. I'm cool with that, so let's go with place order. And that's it. That's all there is to creating one of those little ads. Interesting that Facebook won't allow an image that comes out of the stock image. You know, I thought the same thing. That's why I chose that one. I'm like, oh, this one's perfect. And then they declined it. I'm like, dude, that's your image. How can you decline your own image, Facebook? You guys are schizophrenic. I'm telling you, they declined their own image. I thought to myself, well, you guys ought to have your departments talk to one another every now and then. Can you have multiple campaigns using your website cookied custom audience as targets? You absolutely can. You absolutely can. This ad that I just set up right here, Steve, is the second ad that I've got running to that exact same audience. So now I've got 2 ads running to the same 80 people as retargets over and over and over. Is mobile news feed as valuable as the other feed? Yes, that's what I am saying, is that mobile news feed is the most important. That's where your action steps are coming from. That's where people are seeing you. You know, more people not just number of people. Okay, so I got 381 impressions from the right column ad, but that's only 27 people seeing it 14 times. 45 people saw it on their mobile phone. That gave me 9 clicks compared to 2 clicks. So 90 impressions, I got 9 clicks. 381 impressions, I got 2 clicks. The mobile is definitely the way to go. Definitely the way to go. Am I missing any questions in here? No. Okay, perfect. And you know what? You're probably going to be right. I'm going to let the numbers tell that tale for me. See, Steve says, you know, I'm thinking you may want to make mobile ads for the clicks and then just do the side ad for the impression ads to get the, you know, to get a maximum number of impressions. I want that move, even though I'm not trying to get clicks on this ad I just created, I want it in the newsfeed section, especially on mobile, because that's where I know they're not just be on the page with them, they're going to see it and recognize it. Sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes with the right column ad, people get what they call ad blindness, meaning they're used to seeing it so frequently that they stop seeing it. Even though it's there on the page with them, they're not seeing it. So that's one way to do it. The thing, James, one real quick thing. Notice when I'm on my campaigns, any specific campaign that I click to, now this new one is not showing up here because it hasn't been approved yet. So it's in the market of being approved, or did it get approved finally? No, it's not approved yet, so it's not showing up here in the list. But if I go to any one of my ads, up here at the very top is what I have actually going on. You know, this is the status of the ads, and then I click the ad itself to get a specific view of this specific advertisement, right? And it's showing image 1 and image 2 because I'm using 2 different images in the same ad. But up here at the top where it says schedule, I can click on this little pencil right here, and that brings me up the schedule. Again, run continuously or set an end date, set a start date, set an end date. I like to run mine continuously because I can always turn it off if I need to go in and turn it off. So if I want to, you know, this image, I notice that this image is getting far better result. You know, clicks 7 and 5, I don't think that's far better results. I can't see a result enough to make me want to do this just yet. But if I did see that one image is pulling far greater than the other, I'd come over here and I simply click this slide bar to turn the ad on and off. You simply click the little slide bar and it turns those ads on and off. So for instance, I've got a boosted post going right now right here, and if I wanted to turn that off, I would simply, boom, click that. Or if I wanted to, this one's in review. There's my new ad in review right there. This one seems to be pulling some good clicks. That's not bad on the clicks. But any ad that you're doing, like if you go to my retarget my ad, the view that I was looking at earlier, and this is something that not everybody knows where this is or how to get there, you want to go to, again, click the ad, and then click View Report. And that's going to pop open a new page, and it's going to actually open a full report about just this ad. And this is a full report. Okay, it gives you the ad name, gives you the placement of the ad, how many people reached on the ad, what the frequency is, and each specific subcategory, right? Each specific subcategory, it tells you how many actions were taken. It breaks it down per cost per 1,000 people. This is what it would cost me per 1,000 persons. Per click right now, I'm paying about 85 cents. Cost per unique click, meaning a unique visitor, somebody that hasn't clicked before, $1.45. And it gives you all of the insights. I mean, this stuff, I'm just learning this stuff and how to look into it and play with it. There's buttons that I haven't even clicked on yet. So I am learning this stuff and learning how to interpret these. But you can see that there are clear-cut things that make you, right off the bat, that my mobile news feed is getting clicks far greater than anything else that I'm doing. So, okay, I know to focus on that. I haven't even started. I mean, this is the first time I've ever clicked this Audience Insights. Let's see what that has to do for us. Let's see what Audience Insights tells us. Oh, one notification from Facebook ads. Introducing Facebook Audience Insights. Get to know the people who matter to your business so you can understand what matters to them, learn about their location. Okay, let's take a tour. Define your audience. Enter custom audiences, demographics, interests, behaviors, and more to define your audience. Okay. Compare your audience in blue to everyone on Facebook in gray to discover their unique characteristics. Okay. Click through these tabs to learn about their demographics, interests, and behaviors. Okay. Save your audience. Save your audience for future use. It will be available in Power Editor's Audiences sections. Wow. Okay. Create an ad. Reach your audience right away by creating an ad. So that's actually kind of cool. Choose an audience to start. People connected to your page. A custom audience. So let's go into a custom audience. And let's say we want to look at go with our test list. Um, 70% men. Okay. Yeah, I'll need to play with this in a much more specific way. Partner category data. Yeah, I'll need to play with that a little bit more, but that looks like a powerful tool right there. I mean, Facebook keeps giving us these awesome tools, guys. It's just a matter of learning how to use them. And with Website Custom Audience, it's a fantastic tool that gives you the opportunity to keep reserving, keep putting yourself in front of those that have visited your website. They left for a reason. Just got to get a reason to bring them back. And that's what retargeting can do with your referral partners, with your clients, and all of the above. Just really great stuff, guys. I look forward to any questions you've got about website custom audiences, how they work. I'm glad to help you guys out in any way that I can, walk through that. We've done some pretty cool classes on this stuff so far. So you've got the tools to be able to go out and implement this strategy. If you need some help with it, please don't hesitate. Get in touch. Reach out to me. Let me know. I am here to help in any way that I can. Guys, girls, thank you so much for your time today. Look forward to speaking with you soon, and we'll see you right back here, same time, same channel tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.